16 skills that are harder to learn but will pay off forever. Your mother had most of it covered. Take your vitamins, get plenty of rest. Don't stack that butter knife in the toaster. But apart from the obvious, there is no manual for life. Most of us fumble thoughts, life's ups and downs, learning things as you go along, and theory, we know that we should be prepared for anything. But in reality, at times we can all feel miserable, unequipped to handle all the curveballs that life thrown at us. There's nothing like being caught in a situation that calls for one of those life skills you wish you had learned before you need it. With that said, here are some skills that are hard to learn but will never stop paying dividend. Number 1, accountability. When something good happens to people, they don't shy away from taking credit, but when something bad happens, they feel victimized immediately. It's important to develop the ability to be accountable for your experiences. They are often a result of your actions. Sometimes actions don't yield the desired result, but instead of feelings like a victim, learn from your actions is so that you get better results than next time. Number 2, critical thinking. We are exposed to hundreds, if not thousands of times more information on a daily basis than our great grandparents were. Being able to evaluate that information, sort the potentially valuable from trivials, analyze its relevance and meaning to relate it to other information is crucial. This is something that's significantly undertaught, but the truth is, good critical thinking skills immediately distinguish you from the rest. Number 3, decision making. The bridge that leads from analyzing to action is effective decision making, knowing what to do based on the information available. While not being critical can be dangerous, so to get over analyzing or waiting for more information before making a decision. Being able to take in the scene and respond quickly and effectively is what separates the doors from the winnups. Number 4, research. Nobody can be expected to know everything or even a tiny fraction of everything. You don't have to know everything, but you should be able to quickly and painlessly find out what you do need to know. This means learning to use the internet effectively, learning to use library, learning to read productively, learning how to leverage your network of contact and what kind of research are going to work best in any given situation. Number 5, writing professionally. There are many reasons why you should know how to write professionally, from the basic cover letter that a customer service email. Writing professionally will allow your message to be clear, your voice to be respected even you are not speaking face to face. Number 6, consistency. Whether you are tracking a new exercise routine or working on an important project, consistency is vital to maintain any kind of success. People often stop working hard when they reach the top, but to maintain the position, you have to work harder and be more consistent in your work. Number 7, communicating your needs. Your friends, families, and workmates cannot read your mind. You need to communicate your needs clearly, kindly, and even repeating when necessary. The more you exercise the language of communication, the more humanity you will see in the world around you, and the less bitterness you will carry in your heart. Number 8, knowing when to shut up. Keeping your thoughts to yourself when you are agitated is one of the most valuable skills to learn, and of course, one of the most difficult. Sure, it can feel good to unload on somebody and let them know what you really think, but that good feeling is temporary. What happens the next day, next week, or the next year? It is human nature to want to prove that you are right, but it's really effective. When we are angry or upset, we tend to blurt out everything that comes to mind. In some situations, it's better to keep quiet no matter what your personal thoughts are. For instance, when someone is too upset to listen to anything, you have to say rationally is useless to respond to them. Number 9. Asking for help or advice. Sometimes it's too hard to ask for help because you don't want to talk incompetent. But sooner or later, everyone finds themselves in a position when they require some help. Consider what might happen if you don't recognize your need for help, or if you choose not to ask for any, you can end up in a really big mess. Asking for help or advice doesn't mean you are weak. In fact, studies suggested that asking for advice is actually well received and make you look more capable, not less. By asking for advice, you acknowledge the other person's intelligence and expertise, which make me feel good. Number 10. Accepting compliments and criticism. A lot of people find it difficult to accept compliments and constructive criticism. We often fail to accept compliments with grace, or we downplay them and get embarrassed. Yet, we're sometimes crushed by criticism, even if it's invalid. We tend to take it personally and to hurt. Learning to simply say thank you when you get a compliment and learning to view criticism as feedback can serve you well. Number 11. Negotiation. Good negotiation skills can save you a ton of money in pretty much every area of your life, from negotiation a cell phone contract to buying a home. These skills can also get you that rise you know you deserve. If you know how to negotiate properly, it means you are holding all the cards and you are prepared to battle it out. Number 12. Public speaking. The ability to speak clearly and precisely in front of an audience is one of the most important skills anyone can develop. People who are effective speakers can across as more confident and comfortable, and they are more attractive to be around. Maybe you don't have the job that required you to speak in public, but you never know when the time may come when this skill could really come in handy. That big speech at your best friend's wedding, for example. The only way to gain more confidence speaking in public is by practicing it regularly. Number 13. Tracking your spending. Sometimes it's easier to put everything on the credit card and then just hope that you will have the money to pay it off in the reasonable amount of time. But you may not always have the money to pay off the full balance, and this is very easy way to end up in debt. By keeping track of your spending, you will be able to see where most of your money is going and how you can make adjustments moving forward. You may find that a lot of your money is going towards things you really don't need, and can be great wake up call to stop the unnecessary spending in its track. Number 14. Learning a new language. There are many obvious reasons to learn a second language. It can help you advance your career, make traveling more enjoyable, and expand your culture horizons. But what may not be obvious are the cognitive benefits that take place when you speak two or more languages. Speaking the foreign language improves the functionality of your brain by challenging it to recognize, negotiate meaning, and communicating in different languages system. Understanding language is one of the hardest things your brain does, making it the ultimate brain exercise. Thus, learning of foreign languages is one of the most effective and practical way to increase intelligence, keep your mind sharp, and buffer your brain against aging. Number 15. Showing gratitude. The habit of showing gratitude is a great way to gain respect, trust, and stand out from the crowd, whether it's by sending a thank you note or giving a small gift. It could be for the person who interviewed you for a job, a trust mentor, an old boss, or even your own parents. Expressing your gratitude goes a very long way. Showing gratitude gives you and other party a chance to reflect on your relationship and think of a positive outcomes of knowing one another, and it also make the day of another person number 16. Staying present in the moment. Living in a present moment means that your awareness is completely centered on the here and now. But the state that we have become used to is a state where our thoughts are either in the past or in the future instead of where we actually are or what is actually happening. We tend to ponder over what has been, what could have been, and what could be or will be. When you learn to live in a present moment, you will find that your struggles and unhappiness diminish, and life will begin to flow with more joy and ease. The best thing in life may be free, but that doesn't mean that won't take time, sweet, and perseverance to acquire. That's especially the case when it comes to learning those important life skills. Look at working on these skills as a journey with endless possibilities for growth and insight, not a box of check off so you can move on the next one. Remember, these skills are harder to learn, but they will pay off forever. What do you think? Did you miss anything? Surely there are other important skills that didn't make it on this list. If you can think of any, let us know in the comment below. If you enjoyed this video, give a thumb up and share with your friends so we can keep making them. For more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and remember to click on the little bell.